Hey, this is Russ. You're probably wondering what's been happening since my last video where I fell at Costco and nobody helped me get up except for the Costco employee. If you hadn't seen that video, go ahead and take a look at that one. I'll put a link below. But anyways, there is quite a bit of news to tell you guys today. I am headed back to the operating room. Yep. This is going to be the third procedure. Well, technically the fourth procedure on my left knee. Now you may be wondering how that came about. Well, about almost 15 years ago, I had my knees scoped out for torn meniscuses. I had a torn meniscus in my left knee almost exactly 15 years ago. Give it a couple months, it'll be 15 years. And then 5 years later, I had my right knee's torn meniscus fixed as well. So my doctor has been working on me now for almost 15 years. But 2 months ago, I had a total knee replacement on my left knee, as you know, and it hasn't gone well. I don't think my knee has been rejected by my body. It's just that my body is not healing the way it should be. And because of that, a month after that, I had to go back to the operating room, not for an operation, but for a knee manipulation, manual knee manipulation. So what had happened is I had only gotten in the mid 70s, and I think at one time I hit into the 80s, but really I was hovering in the mid to upper 70 degrees of flexion, which is the bending of your knee. And you really need to be around 120. So scar tissues had formed, and so I could not bend my knee past that level. So the only recourse at that point is to bring you back into the operating room, and then the doctor will manually push your knee until you get some bend. And he was able to achieve 130 degrees of flexion and 0 degrees of extension. Now, I'll put a couple photos up here so you can see what he was doing. Now, after the physical therapist has been working with me, I've only really been able to do about 100 degrees of bend, and you need more than that to function as a normal person. They really want you to do at least 120, so I'm not there. So another month has gone by, and we kind of feel that the scar tissues probably has formed again and stopping me at the 100 level. So what's the only recourse? You got two recourses. Go back and get another operation. So they cut the scar tissues, which of course is the absolute worst thing to do, or do a second manual knee manipulation back in the OR. And that's where I'm headed again. So on Tuesday, just a couple of days from now, I'll be headed back there for them to do it one more time. Now, this is not normal. I talked to my orthopedic surgeon, and he told me that it's a rare case when a person goes in for a second time. It's rare that they even go in for the first time for a manual knee manipulation. Most people, after 2 months of time, they're finished. They're ready to walk around and function like a normal person again. I'm not. So we decided we'll do it a second time. I'm not as nervous this time as I was the first time going in because I know what to expect. I thought it would be major pain afterwards because they put you under anesthesia. You don't feel anything when they do it, but I was afraid of what would happen after I woke up. And I don't really feel anything really after you wake up, but days afterwards it does hurt. And I think it hurt for about a week, something like that. And what they're going to do is they're going to put a nerve block again so that the lower part of my essentially everything below my thigh is not going to feel anything. But we've decided we're going to leave that in. So I'm going to be in as an inpatient person this time. Last time was an outpatient thing, so I was in and out of there in a couple of hours. But this time I'm staying overnight. And our goal is, because I will be inpatient, they'll be sending the hospital's physical therapist to crank on my knee again. So after the doctor's done with me, PT will be doing it again with me with the nerve block in my leg. So yeah, more things to keep happening. And since I'll be staying overnight, we're hoping that they can do it several times before they release me the next day. So yeah, that's not good news, but in a sense, it's a glimmer of hope that maybe if they can keep it moving, maybe I can get that 120. And then when I'm out of there, physical therapists outside would be able to get more. Now, the interesting part, too, is I had finally gotten the knee brace that my doctor had asked me to get. It's not actually a brace. It's actually a device that helps bend my knee. It's I'll put a photo up here for you to take a look at. It's made by a company called Joint Active Systems, or JAS is what they normally call it. It's the JAS unit. And what this does is this is going to help bend my knee at home. All right. Now, it's kind of hard to do this on your own. People have said, hey, just take a belt and pull it on your leg and pull your knee back. But the thing is that has a lot of movement. And when you're hurting, you're going to let up. Well, this is not letting up. So once you crank this thing in, it stays at where you want it to be. And you're to do this for a half hour at a time. And you're not doing this at the major pain level. They don't really want that. If you rate a pain, let's say from 0 to 10, they want you to be around the 2 and 3 pain levels. But every day you can crank in a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. So eventually you'll get there. And it also helps you in terms of the extension. So it straightens out, and you can get the leg to extend more too. So you do a half hour of that. So you do this 3 times a day, 3 times for the flexion and 3 times for the extension. Half hour each session, take some break in between. So let's say morning, noon, and night if you do it, okay? I have this unit for 2 months. My insurance company will pay for it for 2 months. If I need it longer than that, then I will need to pay for it personally myself. So luckily, we were able to get the insurance company to help with this part of it for a couple of months. So grateful for that. Anyways, I'll probably do a better review of this unit. I talked to the representative, and he says, well, there's not a whole lot of videos about that. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about it. And looking back on this whole thing, maybe the things I've gone through is meant to be to help others to see what could possibly happen on a knee replacement. Not everybody's knee replacements goes perfectly. Mine's absolutely did not. I still have a long road to go, and if things work out, hopefully I'll be done a little bit quicker. There's more news to tell you, but I think that's good enough for today. I'll let you know more about how physical therapy goes afterwards and where I'm headed in that direction. My current physical therapist knows the story, and if they're watching, I do appreciate everything you guys have been doing for me and have done. And we'll see where I head after this second manual knee manipulation. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and definitely hit the bell icon, because then you'll get notifications when the new videos from me come out. I hope you guys stay with me, and I will talk to you guys as soon as I know more after the second manual knee manipulation. Talk to you guys next time.